Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it occurred. Papoose was taken aback by the block captain's questions and smashed fists. This occurred a few days after fans, writers, and even some close friends publicly insulted Remy Ma in real time on Instagram Live. Insiders claim that Eazy blamed Papoose for igniting the series of events that resulted in Rhee's most significant public breakdown to date, which is why Eazy came out swinging. Security is attempting to separate the two males who were earlier throwing subliminals on social media from throwing hands in person, says Remy. Not like this, y'all. Firecracker willing to put everything on the line to keep the lady he might have wrecked safe. Eyes? Did Papoose go too far with his last live-streamed black love joke? And why, before the battle had begun, was Remy spotted sobbing backstage? This is no longer just drama. It's a nuclear love triangle and a war. Keep your focus, because what you're going to see has the potential to ruin someone's career. Was a scream at the start and fists swinging at the end? The headlines? The shaky combat footage. And that one scene where Eazy the Block Captain jumps past security like he's trying out for fast are all familiar to you by now. You haven't heard the whole story behind the chaos because this wasn't staged. It wasn't random, and it was most definitely not for marketing, unlike the Bronx edition of Furious. In the past, Remy Ma went live on Instagram for what was ostensibly a playful Q&A session. She even cracked a few jokes and looked stunning and relaxed. After someone revealed the name that still haunts every comment section, fans bombarded the chat with adulation and fire emojis. One viewer frowned and said, "Blink twice if you miss your real husband. Enter Papoose." And the third, a straight-up dagger. He wrote poems. Isley writes punchlines. Choose wisely. Made the comment section a firing squad in a matter of minutes. Remy's smile broke like glass as she tried to laugh it off, saying, "Y'all so silly." But the cracks showed that her voice was faltering and her eyes started blinking more quickly. Remy ended the live stream the moment someone typed "Eazy" or "We know it's fake," but the damage was already done. Videos of the meltdown were posted on TikTok in real time, with the hashtags #RemyExposed, #QueenOfConfusion, and #BlinkMa. Risky. According to some with knowledge of the matter, Remy cried after the stream ended, pacing her dressing room and shouting at her crew. One stylist allegedly heard her scream, "This is all his fault. I wouldn't be getting dragged like this if Papoose hadn't pulled that black love speech." Wait, what do you mean to tell us that Ray is blaming the man she humiliated globally instead of accepting responsibility for her own actions or inactions? Oh, it gets worse, because guess who overheard that outburst? A crew member backstage claimed that Eazy had been hanging around, mostly quiet, all day. "I gave love where it wasn't returned." That's not betrayal, it's education, he said after hearing Remy shift the blame to Papoose. He got up, muttered, "Nah, that's wild," and made his way straight to the hallway like a man on a mission a mission of retaliation because, as no one had previously known, Papoose had gone live that same day. "I gave love where it wasn't returned," he said calmly, addressing the situation for the first time in months. He grinned and said, "Some people just discover the difference between real and rehearsal too late. I'm good now." The internet went crazy, with fans applauding, bloggers taking screenshots, and even celebrities reposting the line as if it were gospel. All the sources claimed that he was furious on the inside, but he tried to remain silent out of respect for Remy. But the humiliation of that live, combined with Remy's backstage breakdown, made him feel one thing. Fast forward to that night, when a major podcast network hosted a private event full of hip-hop heads and content creators, and you guessed it, Eazy and Papoose weren't supposed to cross paths. Eazy had been invited at the last minute, and Eazy was there for a pre-in meeting. According to witnesses, it was around 8:17 p.m. when the two men inadvertently ended up in the same hallway. Eazy saw Papoose laughing with the producer, and something inside of him exploded to the point where he yelled, "You think it's funny? You got her out here breaking down while you're throwing shots online." No, but fate, ego, and pent-up tension had other ideas. Like a chess master, Papoose remained composed and moved forward so fast that the first security guard stumbled when he tried to grasp him by the fist. If the shoe fits, wear it, and that's it. Claimed to have yelled, "World Star." As a camera fell after grazing Papoose's jaw, then hiding behind a couch, mayhem. A picture frame broke. One of Eazy's chains snapped off and flew across the room, like a shuriken, and it took 4 men to break them apart. Remy rushed in from the hallway, screaming, "Y'all are embarrassing me in public again." Papoose didn't back down. He dodged, blocked, grabbed Eazy by the hoodie, and slammed him against a door frame. Let's pause again. Since two adult guys were physically fans, went completely crazy when Remy became more focused on the fight's appearance than its causes. Videos of the altercation began to surface online almost immediately, and within hours, the security footage leaked, showing Eazy charging, Papoose ducking, and Remy yelling, "Stop it." The public wasn't just reacting, they were taking sides. Hashtag Team Papoose was back with a vengeance, and fans praised him for staying classy, despite being provoked. In the background, TikTok exploded, and Eazy folded faster than his last punchline. Papoose dodged as if he had been here before Remy was stopped, turning to Kings into WWE extras. "This isn't it. You can't win a queen by losing your cool," they said, acknowledging that he didn't land the opening blow. But he ended the round with hashtag Team Eazy suffering. And Remy, well, she tried to stay silent, but silence doesn't work when your name is trending for all the wrong reasons. That night, she shared a now-deleted story of a candlelit room with the caption, "Peace isn't always nice, but it's vital." The girl looked around, and within 10 minutes, that story had over 70,000 replies. Mostly clown emojis, broken heart gifs, and one that read, "The fight was over, but the internet war had only just begun." Because within 30 minutes of the altercation, a third camera angle from inside the podcast studio's break room appeared on Twitter. Clear, sharp, and unquestionably visible, showing Eazy approaching with his fists clenched and his jaw tight. Security then stepped in and led Eazy out of the building, and Papoose, as usual, walked out composedly, adjusting his collar as if nothing had happened. But neither of them realized that a third camera angle had captured the entire altercation, from start to finish, and that the video was on the verge of going nuclear. Yes, that's a thing now, TikTok lip readers said. As fans began lip reading as soon as Eazy began saying something that was still inaudible while drinking bottled water as if it were just another Tuesday. Eazy yelled, "You made her look foolish." That's control, not love. Papoose apparently responded without missing a beat, saying, "I loved her, but you used her." When videos of the fight went viral, social media was flooded with hashtags like Eazy versus Papoose, Remy regrets, and Too Far Too. The entire 28-second sequence felt like an entire HBO show. Users quickly turned this disaster into content. Gold on all platforms. One TikTok edit featured slow motion, dramatic violins, and the caption, "Two men, one woman, no peace." Another Twitter thread broke down every single punch with timestamps, like it was a UFC match. And an Instagram meme of Papoose with Matrix-style sunglasses photoshopped onto his face received over 400. 0 likes in 2 hours. Eazy lost badly, and she attempted to defend her honor, but she forgot that Papoose wrote a love letter that made women cry in 2008. And that boy was defeated by 15 years of loyalty and a roll-up. This isn't love, it's a loyalty crisis. One podcast host posted a 15-minute tirade titled, "Remember When Remy Ma Had Standards?" It included old clips of Remy gushing over Papoose's BT tribute to Black Love, along with comparisons of Papoose's poetry versus Eazy's freestyles. Spoiler alert. It wasn't close on the comments section read, "Phew, you downgraded," and then cried when the Wi-Fi went out. When loyalty was put to the test, Joe tweeted about the celebrity reactions. Naturally, 50 Cent couldn't help but share the fight video on Instagram with a remark. "You guys are fighting over Remy like she's Beyonce or something." A leaked text from inside Eazy's camp claims that his management team is now thinking of charging Papoose, saying this can't go unanswered. Skull even acknowledged on The Breakfast Club that Papoose avoided the fist in the clown show salute. And this is where it gets legally complicated. There is too much evidence. Therefore, we're calling lawyers, but that decision is already backfiring since supporters. You describe your desire to sue as the weakest possible response after swinging first. Remy, on the other hand, tried to play tough, got checked, and called a lawyer. Bro, thinking he was Meek Mill. He posted a sunset photo with the caption, "Growth hurts, so does clarity. Protect your peace even from people who say they love you, baby." What does that even mean? Like Safri and Papoose, he remained silent and didn't post any tweets, comments, or even retweets. That's worse than a diss tune, dude. Instead, he posted 3 words on his Instagram story with a black backdrop. "Truth needs no mic, oof." Fans started resurfacing old footage of Remy and Eazy from past events, zooming in, slowing it down, and enhancing audio like it was CSI Bronx. The comments ate her alive. Peace wasn't the problem. Loyalty was. You told 2 men 2 different stories and got caught in the echo. This isn't poetry, it's PR panic. One clip from last year's Rap Battle Awards showed Eazy whispering something to Remy and her grinning. The second shock came when text messages allegedly written by Eazy to Remy a few days before the tragedy were made public. The caption said she was gone before she even left. "I can't keep defending you if you don't," one of them remarked. "Protect me. You let him stomp on my name again?" Suppose he handled it, but guess who still looked stupid? Promise that. I will deal with him if he ever speaks about me again. Let's also discuss the consequences. Eazy's career was in ruins. He had secretly lost 2 venues for a modest tour, had his promotional photographs removed by a clothing company collaboration, and had been unfollowed by a battle rap league for aesthetic concerns. In the meantime, Papoose's reputation expanded due to the altercation as well as the events that followed the release of his Black and White video. Loyalty ain't loud, and even Drake enjoyed the video. And guess who showed up in the comments while everyone was still gaping at that statement about stoking the flame? The loudest person on the internet, Claudia Jordan, who is indeed random, tweeted, "This is why women lose real ones," and then blamed the universe. She looked scared in the ring, pleading for peace while stoking the fire. "I introduced myself." He offered her a game. The fans were in ruins. Some, but maybe the most important. Developments happened when Remy Ma's own fans started coming. Not everything needs to be seen. Some battles are bigger than you all know, bro. We saw the whole thing from 3 angles. Don't try to philosophize a beatdown. And now both camps are reportedly lawyering up. According to reports, Eazy's team is looking into injury claims and NDAs, while Remy's team is rushing to protect her brand, considering a podcast or Doers rebrand. Papoose's fan pages either went dark or changed to loyalty pages for him. According to reports, Papoose is negotiating the release of a short film based on everything that has happened with a big streaming platform. Court insiders claim that Papoose was the target of a formal intent to sue notice from Eazy, the Block Captain's legal team, for assault and violence, defamation of character, emotional anguish, and wait for it, career interference. The reason Unwritten Chapters was chosen as the title was because even as your adversaries persisted in defending themselves on Instagram, the memes, videos, and comments were still going viral. The worst part is that, according to sources, Eazy is trying to get a restraining order, not only against Papoose, but also against Remy Ma's studio crew, pointing to dangerous working conditions and emotional manipulation. That's right, this man wants to be shielded from Remy Ma's helper. He attempted to sue everyone, with the exception of the gangster rapper and the Wi-Fi router. who were sheltering behind court documents when the internet predictably destroyed it. Your ego was the only thing getting in the way, sir. Remy Ma, meanwhile, was in a downward spiral and had tried everything to divert attention. She had experimented with coming soon tags for studio photos, growth-related phrases from her own self-portraits, and a since-deleted tweet that read, "People love you when your truth stops serving them." Guess who said absolutely nothing while Rhee's staff frantically worked? It's just that one freestyle and a fresh picture of him in the studio. I take you no interviews, no tirades. This isn't about truth. This is about choices. And now her choices were getting expensive, according to the claims that were released, because advertisers dislike being linked to public altercations, legal threats, and Instagram tear emojis. 2 sponsorships, one with a podcast network and the other with a cosmetic brand, were discontinued indefinitely. "I built peace from ashes, stay tuned," was the caption for the initial post. It received 2 million likes, 100,000 comments, and endorsements from all the celebs, including Viola Davis, Angie Martinez, and Fat Joe. His energy is entirely off, according to insiders, and he hasn't left New Jersey since the fight. His anger and bitterness stem from his perception that he was wronged, even though you were wrong. His admirers won't let him forget it. Over 80K people liked one Instagram comment that said, "You don't fight for her after the damage is done. You should have before her relationship with Papoose ended publicly." Some leaked direct messages and audio clips surfaced, allegedly from Remy and Eazy. One voice note purportedly from Remy reads, "I know he'll always love me, but I don't feel that spark anymore." Another says, "It's not cheating if my heart left a long time ago, ma'am." Let's not forget the deeper scandal that is currently simmering in the background. So why did you continue to wear his ring? She used Papoose's loyalty as a crutch to keep one foot in love and the other in a lie. And fans weren't merciful when the internet started labeling this emotional ghosting. The most surprising move of all was when Papoose finally spoke up in an exclusive interview on The Shop. Yes, it's the same HBO series in which clips from Barber Hop Truth Meets Therapy began to circulate before the episode even aired. And in one teaser, Papoose is asked, "Would you still love her the same if you had the chance to go back?" In response, he says, "I would only change how long I waited to realize she didn't love me back, not how I loved her." Fans cried. Remy's name trended once more, and Eazy responded, "Brutal violence you threw the first punch." Even Maverick Carter stated, "That's the heaviest bar of a season," as he nodded and looked down at the floor. Recall that after damaging her reputation for months, you attempted to shield her. Fans reacted to the episode, which became the most watched in the show's history, by commenting, "Brutal violence you threw the first punch. Keep tweeting. We need a comedy section." Recall that Papoose was receiving honors as you attempted to shield her after damaging her reputation for months. Days after the interview, the NAACP announced while all of this was going on, Eazy's label quietly took his freestyle off their website's front page. Remy's management company posted a realignment of focus announcement code for "We're on cleanup duty," and just when we thought it was done, Papoose released another freestyle called "Too Far." It starts with "You fought me," not for her, but for the image slash. But even fake kings fall off, and Spotify created a special Black Love Recovery playlist. When the throne isn't finished and ends with, "I was the story, you were the stunt, and she was the script, but I held the pen," Mike breaks down. Fans declare it a KO in the trilogy, and even critics call it one of the most poetic dashes since Ether and Remy. We saw a faithful king go silent, a battle rapper lose the fight and the narrative, and a woman who once represented Black love spiral into a storyline she can't even control anymore. From leaked footage and fists flying to Instagram lives with crying emojis in court. Tell us what you think. If you want more exclusives, chaos, and truth than your timeline can handle, hit the like button, hit subscribe. And turn on your notifications so you never miss the next deleted live or diss track that makes the internet blow up. This wasn't just a scandal. It was a full-blown cultural collapse. Now we have to ask the important questions. Did Eazy try to defend Remy Ma's reputation, or just his own ego? Did Remy Ma destroy two legacies with one live? Is Papoose the last? True one left in a field that rewards treachery and buries loyalty. Until the next time, be bold, interested, and attentive, because the next twist is simply a swipe away. This is the celebrities' lives. We extract the receipts from the direct messages and transmit them to your screen. Asterisk, asterisk,